Welcome everybody to our Franklin Virtual Schools webinar number 3. We're changing the future of education through the online delivery as well. We're also going to go over this morning how to maximize your partnership with FVS. And I have some very exciting things to share with you. So by all means, we will have a question and answer period at the end. I'll be introducing my esteemed colleagues, and you can ask any questions that you have at that time. So let's get going. First of all, if for some reason you haven't been able to be on our previous webinars, no problem at all. I'm going to do a little bit of a recap. I want to make sure everybody's clear. What is Franklin Virtual Schools and how does it work? Of course, we're going to be here as the company to help you agents to promote FVS to your students and families. We want to help you enroll your first students in the FVS programs. And then, of course, like I said earlier, we're going to teach you today how to maximize your partnership with FVS and then what to do. So Franklin Virtual Schools is, of course, a high school. It's regionally accredited, state licensed. Here's, I think, one of the very exciting parts about it. FVHS only employs American state certified and licensed teachers. That means that we're using the best of the best. We're accredited. We have a AAA rating. We're a trusted school. And here's what's exciting as well. Over 50,000 students from over 75 countries have been educated online since 2009 with FVS. What that means is, online education is definitely the way we're headed with our globe. Doesn't matter where you are on the planet. You're probably doing something online. You're online today. So learning that way and having that accessible 24/7 online is really the way to go. Some of our biggest business leaders in the States and worldwide are using and investing in online education. So you want to think of how FVS can benefit your current and future students. What we've done is, of course, FVS helps them if they're your current students and you're sending them abroad. It better prepares them for an American high school, experience. The J1 and F1 programs, those kids that are going to study abroad can take our pre-AYP, they can take our English language enhancement. So many opportunities of courses and programs that can prepare them to be successful while they're over here in the States or in Canada or any other English-speaking country. As well, it's an affordable alternative to an overseas study program. That means that children and students that you couldn't have sent before, you may be able to send now. Maybe they have a visa difficulty or financial difficulty, or maybe their parents just don't want to see them go. It's no problem at all. We can educate them online wherever they live on the planet. So very exciting. You now are promoting programs in your area that will give you that competitive edge. We have a solution for absolutely every student, and you want to write that down, a solution for everyone. No matter what they need, we can find a way or a program to help and suit their need. And then by helping that group of people who you may not have been able to service before, you're going to earn higher commissions for your business. Again, it's an opportunity to really expand and grow your business using the online programs. We have ESL. Like I said, we have English language enhancement. They can do independent study courses, or maybe they already went abroad and they were very distracted when they were there and they came home and they need to retake a course to really, recover their credit or recover their GPA. So like I said, we have a solution for absolutely every student. It's going to increase your revenue by being able to serve more students, offer more programs to existing students. And again, that's going to put money in your pocket. These are just a couple of highlights from our previous webinars. I wanted to make sure you have a background of where we're going and what we're doing. So, like I said, today's topic is maximizing your partnership with Franklin Virtual Schools. If this is exactly what you need to do in order to be working directly with us, you probably already registered as an FVS agent. You and your staff may have been through the online training with our staff. You may have even received all the materials in your agent pack. And you've probably helped a few students already enroll. But what happens after that? How can you really capitalize on where we're headed as a company and where your business can really use our service, and we can really help you service your students and families? So again, if you haven't enrolled your first Franklin student, it's no problem at all. Here are the simple steps. Number one, just get registered as an authorized agent on this website, fvhsi.com/agents. Then you're going to get your agent materials link. I covered this in depth last week, and it was so exciting that we had put it together. We have on there a presentation that you can show to students and families. We have the course catalog. We have training videos. We have a training video, the agent account introduction. We have the classroom orientation video. This gives you an absolute snapshot of what it will be like for your student and their experience as they use our online platform. Then you're going to book your online training for you and your staff if you haven't done that already. If you have, maybe you just brought on some more sub-agents and you want to have them come and join you promoting the FBS programs. By all means, please contact myself or our other enrollment director, Mike Daly. You've got Kevin Miller, our senior executive vice president of sales and marketing. You've got Brian Elmer. I'm going to introduce, of course, our superstars at the end of this webinar. He's the director of student services, and we are all here to help you. So these are the first steps. Now, once you've taken those and you're ready, we've got ways that you can maximize, and I really mean this, you can absolutely explode your business. Here are a couple of ideas that we've come up with that we're working with other agents around the world to do. You can create an FBS seasonal immersion group program. Think about it. You can organize groups of maybe 15 plus students to come to the USA or Canada. Maybe you want to do a 2-week immersion program or a 4-week immersion program. You can customize programs for different student groups. You can either visit an American high school campus. You may be able to get an opportunity for those students to live in dormitories or with homestay families. You could center the entire group program around visiting America's fun and famous attractions. There's all kinds of, we have huge national parks. The Grand Canyon, of course, is the largest one. And many attractions that are available here in the States that you could run an entire program around. So the students can enroll and participate in special courses, FBS programs before, during, after their immersion programs. It's up to you. But there are, I know, already some agents in Brazil who are organizing these very short trips, summer study programs. They can take their work with them. It is online. Maybe they're going to go to a high school abroad for the semester coming up, and they want to take a 2-week immersion program with the focus of enhancing their English language. Remember, enhancing the English language is not like teaching ESL. We're not teaching students how to learn English. We're teaching them how to understand and comprehend and utilize the language. There's nothing faster for learning a language than being in an immersion program. So there's some ideas how you can put students into groups, use your existing student base and your existing contacts to put trips together, and then use the FBS programs, either, like I said, while they're on the trip or before they go on the trip, or when they come back after. Maybe they come back after and they go, oh, I really want to go to an American high school, but they need some, maybe they need a little bit extra in math, or maybe they need a little bit extra in science. They can take a math or a science course, independent study, and be ready for whatever situation they want to engage in. So again, we have a solution for absolutely every student. Now, this is the most exciting thing. We are really headed in a direction of the future, because blending online with live trainers, live people helping students, this is the blended classroom idea. We are establishing local Franklin Learning Centers all over the world, in the States, in Vietnam. I'll show you some examples of what we've got going on with bigger programs. But these Franklin Learning Centers, they're cutting edge learning facilities Students can take FBS courses all the way up to full-time high school diploma programs, test prep. They can have access to things like computer labs. Students can work individually at private workstations or in a classroom-like group session. All kinds of opportunity and possibilities here. If you have a group of schools that you're already working with or that you already run, there's language schools. Any of those can be transformed into your very own Franklin Learning Center. The facilitators act as coaches, tutors, mentors to students. We've developed a multi-tier pricing for access memberships. As well, there's an option of hosting a full STEM center with on-site tools and equipment. This can increase your area. Think about it. This is definitely cutting edge and definitely something that other agents in your area don't have access to. And the psychology of the facility design is an important brand element. We want to do everything we can to keep it sustainable and green, looking for that LEED Platinum rating. Again, these are ways that you can take the Franklin Virtual Schools, take the Franklin Learning Center ideas, and really blow them up in your area, whether it's local or using that study abroad, the immersion programs, whatever it is. Think about it. Think about if you put together an immersion program for a 2-week trip to the States and you had a Franklin Learning Center, you could gather all those students there. You could prep them for the trip. You could give them everything that they need to, do before, and really use that as a place to get them into a cohesive group. So it's very exciting where we're headed with Franklin Learning Centers. And again, these are some incredible ideas for you to take out into the marketplace and really explode your business. Now, I brought this up earlier that, of course, enrolling one student is the way to get started. Getting one student in the program is going to help you understand exactly how it works. But there's also the opportunity to do that in bulk. That means lots and lots and lots of students. You can approach local high schools. We have this going on in Mexico City. We have this going on in Colombia. And I wanted to bring this up. The dual diploma program is a very popular program right now. But I do want you to understand, these are not the only programs that we offer in bulk. All of our programs can be used for large groups of students and at local high schools. Let's say that the local high school, you do a study abroad program with them every year and you send 100 kids across the seas. Well, they can all take the pre-AYP, get them prepared for an American high school situation. We also have some international schools. In Vietnam, we're working with a music school because they want their dual diploma as well. The dual diploma, remember, that's where the student is still going to their local high school, and then that we evaluate their transcripts and fill in the blanks so that they can, at the same time, take the courses that will give them the American high school diploma as well. So they're getting the opportunity to do both at the same time. We have English schools. There's a business school we're working with overseas, Burkina Faso. They have an English language department, and we're working with them to get the English language enhancement courses into their business school so that they're not just, like I said, teaching their students ESL, they're actually teaching comprehension, understanding, conversation. And then, of course, there's government education bureaus. As I mentioned at the beginning, education is changing all over the world. So the online delivery system for an American high school diploma, for independent study, for ESL, for English language enhancement, all of those things are available. And we're working with a company in Ghana right now who's working with the Government Education Bureau to see what can be done about offering that American high school diploma to those children so that their education system is really cutting edge, absolutely cutting edge. So think about the quantity of students that you could run through any given program if you're willing to market and promote to either local high schools, international schools, English schools, government education bureaus. These are actually opportunities of a lifetime to put you in a position to explode your income really with FBS. And I'm going to show you an example here. I know it's kind of a large example, but it really is exciting what can happen with bigger groups of students. Think about this. If you went like we're looking at in Mexico City, they have maybe between 25 and 50 students. You want to probably write this example down because it's so amazing. If you're looking at the dual diploma, it's a $5,500 ticket item. That means your student, that's in a suggested retail price, that means your student's going to pay $5,500. When you put together a group of 26 to 50 students, your cost as an agent goes down. Your commission goes up. Your commission goes up. And even as exciting as this is, I ran some of the numbers last night. If this is the best case scenario, this is if you really wanted to change the way that you do business, change the way that you earn income, working with a partnership like Franklin Virtual Schools. I point your attention here to the lower right-hand corner where it says a dual diploma program total for 500 and up of students. Now, let's say for an example, the guy that we're working with in Ghana, his actual target is between 200 and 250 students to go ahead and put through the American High School Diploma program with us. That's great. But if he doubled his numbers, and I'm just pulling out my calculator here because when I did the math on this, I was so blown away of what could happen for you. The program is $5,500 per student. You're going to only pay $3,850 for each of them. That means your commission on each student is $1,650. Now, if you're doing the numbers of 501 students and up, even if you multiply that by 501, you're looking at over $800,000 in income for your company. That's going to probably, that's probably going to change a few things for you as well. It will absolutely change the situation for those students who are being allowed to get their American High School Diploma, no matter what country they're in. Gives them the opportunity to come over here to the States with an incredible diploma. Especially the dual diploma shows universities that students are willing to go the extra mile. If they have their own high school diploma and also they have a high school diploma from America and they did it all on their own, that's a pretty, besides, even more exciting. And I just learned this. You probably want to take a note of this as well. In order to graduate, part of our graduation requirements for that American High School Diploma, and of course that would include the dual diploma, is passing the SAT exam or the ACT exam. And what I found out is that there are a lot of American universities, English-speaking country universities, that are willing to give scholarships to students who have great scores on their SAT. So I've talked to a lot of agents worldwide who said, well, SAT, ACT, we're not really considering that to be, something that we need to get done with our students, but it's part of our American High School program, part of our graduation requirements. And if the students could get a scholarship based on that, that would be helpful to the parents, helpful to the students. It's obviously helpful to the school to be able to bring students from overseas who are willing to actually apply themselves in the education system. So again, bigger groups of students mean bigger commissions for you and your company, gives you an incredible opportunity. Think about it. The example I just showed you, if our man in Ghana gets his job done here, 200 to 250 students his first year, and he doubles that next year, that's well over $250,000 in commissions he's going to be putting in his pocket and using for his agency and helping students worldwide get a great American high school education. So here's really the next steps that you want to take. If for some reason you haven't yet enrolled your first Franklin student, no problem. You want to follow those steps to enroll your first Franklin student, outline those above, and of course we are always here to help you take those steps, help you understand what your next step is. Call, email, Skype, WhatsApp, whatever it takes. Secondly, you want to decide to get more out of your Franklin partnership and schedule an appointment to let us help you. If you're already running, special trips annually, Why not put a Franklin Virtual put a Franklin Virtual School program together with what's already going on? Increase your revenue, give your students an incredible education. Third, you want to put next week's webinar on your schedule. Invite your colleagues, invite your sub-agents, invite the people who you're working with so that they understand what Franklin Virtual Schools can do for them as well. And then join the Franklin Revolution. Take advantage of the future of education. Online is absolutely where it's at. And having these schools and programs available to you is going to help you take the next level of your business. So thank you very much for joining us. Of course, as I mentioned in the beginning, we welcome any questions and feedback that you have in our question and answer period here coming up. So let's go ahead and let me bring back my screen of people. All right. And of course, I have my esteemed colleague, Mike Daly, here with me. Give me 1 second, Mike. I'm going to unmute everybody. All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, as I mentioned, I did want to bring on an enrollment director, Mike Daly from California. Mike.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching this webinar. It's a pleasure to join you once again for our series of the future of education here in the U.S. And as you've heard from Heidi, Franklin is on the tip of that revolution that's happening rapidly. As some of you who are out there who have maybe watched other webinars in our series have learned, I myself am a former agent, 20 years experience working with schools throughout the U.S. and students from around the world. And one of the things that I really like about the programs that we're talking about today, especially the immersion programs, is that I've been personally a coordinator for many of them. And I have seen firsthand the really high value that they provide to the students who participate in them. An immersion program is really where the program that they are studying on their own or back home really comes alive for them. A lot of the students, their first day, they're a little bit unsure of what's happening, what to say, how to say things that they're wanting to do or wanting to get. But usually after a day or so, we can see them starting to loosen up and really enjoy themselves and the whole experience that's being provided for them. And they leave at the end of this 2-week, 3-week, or 4-week program with a really renewed energy in what it is that they're studying back home. And so these immersion programs really are effective, and they really are easy to put together in many cases. And how can they be put together? Like some of the ideas that Heidi had explained to you earlier, they could be a collection of schools or students within the school that you're working with, or maybe from a Franklin Learning Center that you yourself are operating, or they can just be a collection of the students that are taking individual classes by themselves in your local area that you may want to bring together and join this one special program. So they really are effective programs at helping get students excited or more excited about the study program that they're on with Franklin and getting them ready and motivated for possible future study in America for themselves.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Anything you can do to, like, I have learned so much from you. Anything you can do to help a student be successful on a trip that they're taking that, I mean, it costs money to go abroad. It costs money for those types of programs. And it's important that they get everything they can and get it, the excitement from doing that. So thanks, Mike, for adding that as well. And of course, if any of you have any questions, you are all unmuted. By all means, please speak up. We'd love to answer any questions that you have. Mike and myself are here to do that for you. You can do that by email. You can also, most of you have our Skype information on all of the emails that you've been receiving from us. So it's very easy to get a hold of us. But if we don't have any further questions, it's no problem at all. We thank you guys for coming and joining us today. And this recording will be available in a couple of hours. And and we'll get that out to you and to your colleagues. So thanks very much for joining us, and have a great day, morning, evening, wherever you are. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.